Hey everybody, Vicky here from Tales from the Trails, and this is the aftermath of Genesis. It is a very short mission, and essentially what we're going to be doing is a bit of hunting with Charles. The camp doesn't have any food, the gang doesn't have any food, so that's what we're essentially going to be doing. We're going to be heading out and actually going to get it. So let's get on with it. We are out with Charles. He is one of the best hunters the gang actually has, but he can't hunt currently because he's burnt his hand. So we end up with a bow and a set of arrows, and we're now off to, find some deer. So it's quite a decent distance we do have to cover, but along the way we hear the characters have a story between them about what happened, and I don't really want to give too much away. But essentially we're just following tracks now for deer, and we're going to learn a very useful new skill coming up, which means we'll be able to track animals and people. So what we're going to do is just that. We need to get the bow off our horse with the weapon wheel. Equip it with, we're using L1, and if we crouch we use less noise, as in we make less noise. Then you can press R1 for focus, or whatever it is for your platform. We are tracking the unknown animal. It is a deer, we just haven't discovered it yet. An eagle eye, a lot of people do use this a lot. Great for hunting, and in the distance we can actually see the deer. The eagle eye lets you see a trail of where the animal has been. There we go, we've got one deer down, we need to get another one. The further you draw your bow, the more damage it will make on the animal. I'm going to fast forward because it was a little bit of a journey down here. We have two more deer in the distance. We can call them, we can study them. We did wound it, but we got a second shot off and did down the deer. And if you look, it landed in the river. So we have to chase it downstream just a little bit. An arrow rolling down the hill as they do. There it is in the water. Pick my arrow up. There it is. We'll just go pick that up and we're going to take it to our horse. There we go. Compendium updated. We whistled for our horse, put it on the back, and we're going to head back to Charles. There he is. We're going to have a chat all the way back to camp. And we learn a little bit of history, like Charles has only been in the gang for about 6 months, and he's not really seen much of the O'Driscolls himself because they haven't seen the O'Driscolls much in that time anyway. We do learn that Arthur has been with the gang for about 20 years, and he learned pretty much everything off Dutch, like how to read, how to write, and that's the same as John as well, but we don't know how many years at this point John has been with the gang. There is a bear here, and you can choose either to shoot it or just ignore it, and I chose to ignore it because, it's not causing any issue. Did manage to bond with our horse just a little bit more, which unlocked the rearing. We can rear the horse up as well. So what we do know is Charles has burnt his hand in the recent skirmish. We've got a bow now off Charles, which we can use for hunting. It's a silent way of killing things. The camp itself has no food in, which is why we're out hunting. Dutch and Combe O'Driscoll. Combe is the leader of the O'Driscolls, and they have a bit of a history going back. We don't quite know what yet, but there is a history going back over the years. And in a little bit we do go on a little bit about the horses as well. We learn that Charles's horse is Tamer. Dutch's horse is called the Count, and only Dutch can ride the horse. Bill's horse is Brown Jack. And yeah. Because, I mean, this weather is just as hard on the horses as it is the people. We are back in town. Well, Colter. I'm going to drop this off at Pearson, even. Going to fast forward through this. We have some rum. So we're going to send Charles away because he can't do much because of his poor hand. But we're going to skin this deer here. And what Pearson actually also says is if we do go out hunting, we can sell pelts for a legal amount of tender in towns, which is very useful. So yeah, it's essentially we've been taught how to hunt for our food. Have you found this video useful in some way, shape or form? If you're not subscribed already, please do so. All the best and happy trails.